Hello everybody and welcome to another Destiny build video. Today, it's a little bit different here. I'm going to show you this build because it is so insane. Before I show you how to replicate it, recreate it, it is literally so incredibly strong. I am literally doing a minus 60 power Grandmaster solo op. It is not going to be easy by any means, and yet I get through it with this build. Now, this build is going to be a Void Warlock build, and it's going to be using the Axion bolts. Now, if you probably don't know, or if you do, Axion bolts are absolutely insane right now. They're literally going crazy. They're so strong, and it is so good. And also will refund a ton of energy, allowing you to throw even more. And like I said, and as you're seeing in the background footage, I literally get through a minus 60 power Grandmaster solo op, which is yet again no easy feat. So this build is going to allow you to spam grenades. It's going to allow you to get Devour. It's going to allow you to just get every health on a kill. It's going to allow you to get grenade energy back repeatedly. It's going to give you volatile rounds literally all the time. It is so incredibly strong. And I wanted to show you what it looks like if you were running a more accurate level solo op or fire team op or pinnacle op. So this is a minus 15 power master one. This is going to be just to show you how it works even in just normal content. You're usually not going to be minus 60 power. And check out these Axion bolts. It is 2 Axion bolt grenades is just taking out ogres. Here is a literal champion, and it's going to kill him before he can ever put up his shield. It is literally insane. Right here is another 2 shield bearers, and they're going to get literally completely annihilated by the explosions happening in this build, by the Axion bolts or the weapons themselves. There's so much energy refunding. As you can see, I'm barely using a weapon. I am literally barely using a literal weapon. I am ability spamming like crazy. Just taking everything out, no matter the level, no matter the difficulty, no matter anything. It is literally so insane. Like I said, you get volatile rounds. You'll get a lot of other benefits as well. So it is literally crazy. So now I'm going to show you how you can replicate this build. So that way you can spam Axion bolts and go through minus level 60 content, or even just minus level 20, but going through a pinnacle op or going through a fire team op, exotic mission, dungeon, raid, whatever you want to take this build into. I'm going to show you how you can do it. So that way you can go through all these activities at any difficulty, get all the loot you want, level up, get that power up for renegades and everything of that sort. So without further ado, let me show you how to replicate this build. Starting off with our exotic of choice is going to be the Contraverse Hold. This is going to make us have resistance to damage while we're charging our Void Grenade with Chaos Accelerant. It's also going to make our charged grenades return grenade energy on a hit, which is our key part, and it's going to apply Weaken to enemies, which means they're going to be able to take more damage. For our stats here, you're going to want to have as close to a 200 grenade as you can get. As you can see, I have a 173, and actually in the clips that you saw at the beginning of this video, it was actually closer to about a 148, but then I switched some mods. But anyway, yada yada. So this is going to increase the damage of your grenades, aka your Axion bolts, when you get past 101. As you can see, I have a 47.3% PvE damage bonus at 173. So you're going to want to have this as close to a 200 as you can. As for other stats, it's not really that important because we're literally just using Axion bolts. So if you want to put up your super, that's a pretty good choice. If you want to put up your weapons, I'd also say that is a really good choice as well, up to about a 100. But other than that, none of the other stats is really going to matter. Melee, we're not really focusing on pocket singularity at all, so it doesn't really matter. We don't need health or class because class is just for a rift that heals us. I mean, we also have one that gives us abilities, but of course makes us stationary, makes us a little bit dangerous. And health is literally just going to give us health, which we don't need because we have enhanced Devour. So it's going to just kind of be grenade stat is really all you need, and have it as close to a 200 as you can get. For your weapons, there is no requirements. You can use whatever you would like with one exception. For your energy slot, you're going to want a void weapon. This is because we're going to get benefits from volatile rounds. So we're going to want to have a void weapon that can take advantage of it. So a good option is going to be Graviton Lance, and another good option is going to be Hard Light. Those are the two that I found to be the best ones. Hard Light for the harder difficulty, the 60 minus 60 power level difficulty, and Graviton Lance for the around 15, 20, 10 difficulty. Both are incredibly strong exotic void energy weapons, and those are my two recommendations. But of course, you can use any other void weapon in the game, legendary or exotic. It just needs to be void so that it can take advantage of the volatile rounds. Now for our subclass, we're going to be using Pure Void, which is going to be the one that's going to give us all of the things we need. Starting with our super here, you can go ahead and use whatever super you would like the most. Personally, I'm a big fan of just the regular old Cataclysm Nova Bomb, so I'm going to stick with that. Same idea here for your class ability. You can put on Healing or Empowering Rift. It is entirely up to you. For your jump, you can also go ahead and put on whatever you would like, whatever you're most comfortable with. For your melee, you only got one choice, but at least it's a good choice with Pocket Singularity. For your grenade, you're obviously going to need Axion Bolt on. For our aspects, we're going to have Chaos Accelerant. This is what's going to allow us to overcharge a grenade by holding our throw grenade button. This will allow our Axion Bolts to detonate twice, and it will have Enhanced Seekers. And we're going to pair it with Feed the Void to give us Devour on any Void ability defeat. This is also going to make our Devour enhanced, which is going to give us additional health and grenade energy on every kill. And now for our fragments, we have Echo of Persistence. This is going to make our Devour have an increased duration. This is also going to make our invisibility and overshield have increased duration if somebody else gives it to us. Except for overshield, we will have one way to get it in just a second, which is right here with Echo of Vigilance. Defeating a target while your shields are depleted will grant you a temporary void overshield. This is going to help, obviously, with survivability, especially in minus 60 level content. So this is a very, very nice one to have on. For our third fragment, we're going to have Echo of Expulsion. Void ability final blows cause the targets to explode. Now, personally, I really do like this one, but it is not required for this build. You can swap this out for Echo of Harvest, which would be my other recommendation, which is defeating weakened targets will create an orb of power and a void breach. This is also a pretty good choice as well, so you can absolutely go with Echo of Harvest if you'd rather have that. And for our final fragment is going to be the Echo of Instability. This is going to make so that when we defeat targets with our grenades, it will grant volatile rounds to our void weapons. This is how we're going to get volatile rounds, because every grenade kill with our supercharged Axion Bolts are going to give us volatile rounds to Hard Light, to Graviton Lance, or any other void weapon you put on. Up next, we have our armor mods. Starting here on the helmet, we're going to have a Harmonic Siphon. This is going to make so that rapid void weapon kills will spawn an Orb of Power. Then we're going to put on Ashes to Assets, so that way we get bonus super energy on a grenade kill, since we're going to literally just basically be killing everything with our grenade. And then we're going to use a super font, because while we have an armor charge, which we should have a ton of armor charges, we might as well get a bonus 20 to our super stat. For our gauntlets, we're going to run triple firepower. This makes our firepower mod have no cooldown. This literally means that every single grenade kill will spawn an orb of power. And trust me when I say this is literally insane. And you're going to want to have 3 firepowers on. For the chest piece, you're just going to want the resistance mods that match the activity that you're doing. My activity that I just did had massive arc incoming damage, so I put on 3 arc mods so that I can negate that. For our boots, we're going to run a Innervation. This way when we pick up an orb, it will reduce our grenade cooldown. And then we're going to run 2 Void Weapon Surges. That way we get a 17% bonus damage to our Void Weaponry. And for our class item, we're going to use Bomber. This is going to give us some grenade energy back when we use our class ability, get us a little nice chunk back to get an Axion Bolt. Then we're going to use a class font, so that is we get another plus 20 to our class stat, just to well round ourselves out a little bit. And a Reaper mod, so that is when we use our Rift. Literally, our next weapon final blow is a confirmed Orb of Power generation. And last but not least is going to be our Artifact. Here we got some mods that are going to make this build a little bit better, but I promise you, you do not need artifact mods to make this build good. These are just going to be nice little enhancements we can add, but are absolutely not required. So starting off, we're going to go with Refresh Threads and Elemental Coalescence. Elemental Coalescence is going to make it so when we defeat targets, we'll have a chance to create an elemental pickup matching our equipped super. And picking up an elemental pickup matching our equipped super is going to be a Void Breach, and it's going to give us energy to our least charged ability. This is going to make us that we can get back our other abilities a little quicker, maybe even just our Axion if we have all of our other abilities, and that means our Axion bolts are the least charged ability. But other than that, it's a nice little way to be able to get some more energy back. Then we're going to pair it with Elemental Overdrive so that when we pick up an Elemental pickup, it will grant increased damage to weapons of the same element. Since we're using Void Weaponry and we're going to be picking up Void Breaches, this is going to allow us to increase our damage more with Void Weapons. And we're also going to use Shield Crush, which is while you have a Void Overshield, your melee will recharge faster and deal increased damage. Just a nice little way to get back Pocket Singularity a little bit quicker. Now, of course, there are some other mods you can probably throw on depending on what weapons you choose to use in your kinetic slot, your heavy slot. So, obviously, those will be up to you. Of course, ones like Elemental Daze is an amazing option if you're running something like a high portal activity that has champions in it. Obviously, Elemental Daze would be a good choice for that. But otherwise, that would be everything you need from the artifact. So with all of that being said, that's the end of the video. Let me know what you think about the build in the comments below. And while you're down there, if you like the video, then why not hit the like button, subscribe, comment, share, all that good jazz. Because we do a lot of build videos, so why not stick around, check out some of the other ones. With all that though, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, I will see you around the tower.